What's going on, guys? Kalamazi here. I just woke up. My voice is a little shot, but today I want to talk to you about what you should be doing to gear right now in the official week 1 release of Midnight. There are a handful of things you should be doing right now to get around 235, 240-ish eye level, and they really don't take that much effort, but I want to hit on them all today because I'm hearing certain things about, should I do this, should I do that, where should I use my crest, adventure crest, veteran crest, obviously very important to optimize around. So this video today is going to look at, well, all of that. Now, veteran gear is currently the highest level of gear you can acquire from sources in game, except for Renown. Renown, the vendors, each Renown has a champion piece of gear. Now, I can show it in game. I guess my log is broken here. That's okay. Singularity is Renown 7. Silvermoon Court is Renown 9. Amani Tribe, I believe, is 9, and Haradi is 8. I have an article here as well. Amani is 9. Silvermoon is 8, or sorry, 9 as well. Haradi is 8, and the Singularity is 7. The Singularity gives you a trinket at 1 out of 6 champion. When you reach Renown 7, finish a small quest, no big deal. Haradi gives you a belt as well, requires completing the weekly campaign. There was a bug where if you completed the weekly campaign in that zone before, before obtaining a Renown 8, and you wouldn't be able to complete the quest for the belt. I believe it's been hotfixed today, I'm not sure. If you haven't done the weekly quest yet, I would still recommend getting the actual Renown before you do the weekly quest, because it requires you to finish the weekly to get the reward. Renown 9, same thing with Silvermoon. It is a helm at 1 out of 6, same for the weekly quest here. And Renown 9 with Amani Tribe gives a neck at champion 1 out of 6. Abundance can be done multiple times, so no need to rush through that there. When it comes to the Silvermoon Court, there is basically a quest that pops up here. It's like sharing something. I'm not sure what it is. It's a little purple icon right here that you can, it's a quest thing. You grab it, you fly down here, do some quest. Once you hit Renown 9 and do all these quests, I believe it's in Fairbreeze Village. The helm reward pops up. Quick quest, you can do it, and you're done. I also want to mention briefly, if you're a little bit behind on Renown, treasures in zones, they give 50 rep per treasure picked up. There's also these random, like I have handy notes here, which shows these spyglasses on the map here. There are, I think, 5 of these in each zone. They're like little tablets or notes, whatever. They give I think it's 250 rep with the Renown of the zone per pickup, and there's 5, so it's actually a lot of it. There's also these little telescopes that are signified by these little, like, I don't know if I have it on the map anymore here, these little like blue flags that you can see when you have handy notes. I believe I gathered them all up already, but they give 100 per click as well, and there's 5 right there, and there's 5 in each zone, so also 500 rep there. So honestly, if you're behind by a level or so, grab handy notes, download that. You can turn it on and off over here, NPC's treasure, whatever, and grab those. Good to go. So that is the source of the 4 pieces of champion gear. I only have the trinket and the helm now. I don't care enough to get the belt and or the other item, the neck. Yeah, I got one from M0's. I will get it before the raid comes out, obviously, but by doing the weeklies, you get 2k per weekly turn in, which is like the abundance quest or whatever you're doing here. So 2k this week, and then 2k next week is 4,000 rep plus random things here. The weekly dungeon, which you can do also. Here, it's Magisters for me this week. Let's see her somewhere. I don't know. Here, there you go. Gives 1k rep with everybody, which you can get from this tent right over here, I believe. I'm not in Quel'Thanos. I'm over here. There we go, right over there. Gives 1k rep. You'll passively gain Renown over the next 2 weeks. And I want to drive home in this video. Also, this add-on here is called City Guide to Silvermoon. These little things in the map here. Teleports and orders. I want to drive home that there's not a huge rush to get max eye level now. All we're doing right now is trivial, easy stuff. There's no reason to be 245 and, you know, cracking a sidewalk wherever you're walking, your eye level's huge. You're fighting mobs in random zones that have no health at all. It doesn't matter. If you want to push for the champion gear, go for it. 100%. I'll probably get it in a week or so, give or take, but there's no reason to rush for it now because the raid's not out this week. It's not even out next week. We have like 13 days till the raid releases. When it does, it's heroic. It's going to be important to optimize around that, but still, either way, we have plenty of time to optimize gearing and everything else. Also, while we're on the topic of optimizing, let's talk briefly about today's sponsor, which is Playtracker. Playtracker connects the largest gaming platforms today, such as Xbox, Steam, PlayStation, and Battle.net, just to name a few, all in one epic gaming experience. You're able to build your very own personalized profile, which gathers and tracks all of your epic gaming achievements that you can proudly display for all to see. Playtracker also updates as you progress further into your favorite games, so there's no need to continuously update your profile. As your profile level grows, so do your customization options, giving you the ability to create a truly unique one-of-one profile. In addition to earning rewards by tracking your cross-platform game library, you can send personal challenges to friends across multiple platforms with ease. You heard it right. There's no need to play on the same platform as your friends to share in the same Playtracker space and compare achievements. Be sure to head to playtracker.net/Kalamazi to make an account and begin playing and, well, tracking today. Okay, so when it comes to crafting sparks, someone waved at me. Hello, Mr. Wildlight. Crafting sparks and using your crest. I want to talk about what I did here and what the plan is, what you'll see likely from raiders. I don't even want to say higher end raiders because Lord have mercy, I'm still part of that somehow. But people that are doing like higher mythic raiding, obviously race the world first will vary a bit, but what the plan is, what the best play is to optimize your gear in a few days or weeks, I guess, right? So currently at this point we have 2 sparks, or you should have 2 sparks when you finish off the quest here. Midnight World Tour gives a spark. There's also a spark you get over here under this tent from Liadrin for like same thing as War Within, doing a delve or a dungeon or something. I guess the Arcantina quest is the fastest. Do whatever you want, doesn't matter, but you get a spark. So you should have 2 sparks. Mine's in here somewhere. There we go. Max at this week whenever you do both quests, right? Now, unlike War Within, items cost 2 sparks to craft. Whether it's a boot, belt, bracers, whatever, like lesser items, non-weapons, non-two-handers cost 2. From what I understand, I can even look right here, maybe possibly. Weapons like two-handers and things, they cost 4 sparks. I don't know if you can make one here. Let me see. Armor, weapon, two-handed, staff. Let's see here. There we go. Yeah, 4 sparks. So it might seem like, oh, we have so many sparks, but you don't. You basically have 1 weapon worth or 1 item worth of, you know, sparks right now when you have 2. TLDR, so we have max this week 2 sparks. Next week, assuming like another quest pops for a spark, well, it depends if we have both Midnight World Tour games. I don't think we will. We'll likely just have another weekly, like, go to a dungeon or whatever. So I'm going to assume we don't have that. We'll have a 3rd spark here, and then a 4th spark here available the week the raid opens on Heroic, when champion gear starts dropping in M0s, and all of that. So that means you can craft a weapon, like a 2-hand weapon, the day the raid opens if you want, you know. But I would not. I would not. I would hold this or 2 pieces of non-2-hand weapon gear, whatever, like boots and bracers, whatever. Hold your sparks for as long as possible. Now, this varies based on what you're doing raid-wise, gearing-wise, progression-wise. Some have already spent their sparks. If you already spent it, whatever. I mean, I wouldn't spend it now if you're watching this video. There's no reason to. The content we're doing now is trivial. It is super easy. M0s fall over at 2 people in the group. It doesn't matter. You want to save your power gains for as long as possible so you don't make a mistake. If, for example, this week comes around, the raid opens on Heroic, we should have 4 sparks. Most higher mythic guilds are not going to craft. Like, the rules do not craft this week, right? For Heroic, it doesn't matter. If you need to craft mythic weapons, something like that, or heroic weapons for killing a boss, it's overtuned, right? In a higher end guild, obviously. You're going to hold until this week here, and you're likely going to hold your craft until you clear heroic a 2nd time, doing splits, and until you kill the trivial, early, easy mythic bosses as well. And at that point, you also have a vault coming in. You can see if you opened a mythic weapon from your vault or mythic item, which might change what you craft. You want to exhaust every possible source of gear before I say, okay, this is what I have now to go in and fight harder bosses and try and kill them this week. What can I use? What can I make at that point to give me the best chance possible? If you don't open a weapon, example, a mythic weapon from your vault, it's very likely worth crafting a mythic 2-handed staff as a caster early on. Is it best long-term? No, but long-term, you have 1,000,000 sparks coming in, doesn't matter. That'll give you the biggest power gain early on. Don't use your sparks now. If you already have, it's not the end of the world. It might skew your gearing a bit, but it's definitely worth waiting and holding your sparks for as long as possible. If you're not doing higher mythic rating, you can maybe use them this week if you want, but just it varies a bit. I would not use them until you at least do the raid on Heroic, possibly, or even before the raid opens, right? Like this week, do your M0s if your guild's casually doing Heroic for a few bosses. At that point, sure. It varies based on your individual play. what your guild does, what you do, but just don't spend them now. There's no point, right? Now, when it comes to spending your crest on upgrading gear or crafting gear right now, you have Adventurer Crest and you have Veteran Crest. Veteran Crest are from Hard Prey. You get 10 per completion of that right now, or Mythic Zeros. Adventurer Crest are from everything else in the game, man. You get a billion of these things. Do not spend Veteran Crest. Do not do that. Don't spend these. Adventurer Crest don't really matter a whole lot. They can upgrade adventure gear. Now, keep in mind, in Midnight, there's Adventurer Crest are used for adventurer gear. Veteran's Veteran, Champion Champion, Hero Hero, Myth Myth. There is a bit of a cheesing you can possibly do. Like, for example, if I have a piece of gear at, let's say, 5 of 6 Veteran, pushing that to 6 of 6 Veteran does basically equal the same eye level as Champion 1 out of 6 to 2 out of 6. So it can save you a little bit of Champion Crest or Hero Crest, whatever, if you use like that same conversion formula. But the adventure gear is so low. It's literally blue gear. It doesn't matter. When it comes to even using these for crafting, it even says, when used for crafting, the item is 220 to 233, depending on the quality of the item, right? 233 gear is literally, you can see right here, I upgraded my gear fully. It is rank 5 out of 6 adventurer. You can basically get a whole adventurer set by doing world quests for 2 or 3 days, either way. I think at this point, unless you want to hold these for crafting like a niche piece of gear that doesn't drop for you, like say you don't get like a pair of boots or I don't know, like I say cloak, we have 80, we have already had 100 of these up in the map. Like bracers, for example, right? And that's like next week before M0s or whatever. You can craft one with these Adventurer Crests to like 233. But I don't think it's really even worth it. I just upgraded my remaining blue slots to 6 out of 6 for like gloves, cloak, and boots. I'm going to get my champion belt here to replace this. I don't care. I still have enough for these yet. But there really isn't much use for these Adventurer Crests. Just being honest. When it comes to Veteran Dawn Crest, though, I would not use these at all. Do not use these now. You can see you get them from outdoor events, Raid Finder, all that stuff, Heroic Dungeons, Heroic Season Dungeons, I guess, whenever the actual patch drops or the raid comes out. Delves, tier 5 to 6, and bounties. These can be used for crafting to push gear to 246 crafted, or 250 upgrade-wise. Now, you can use these, like, you can actually, like, physically use these at the upgrade man, the lizard, to push the M0 gear or Prey gear we talked about earlier as a veteran higher. I would not do that. So crafting has changed in Midnight. Every crafted item, we can go to the tailor lady here. I'm a tailor anyways, we can just look like this. We can go to the tailor and we can see, if I can pull this up, very sick. What is happening? That crafting gear, let's say we want to craft a courtly robe, right? I can use 80 Adventure Crest if I had 80 for a max of 233, or 80 Veteran Crest, and this would be a max of 246 if I craft it, right? Now, when it comes to using these crests, currently the cap, I believe, is 200 now. So next week, when we have the reset again, we'll have 300 possible. Then when the raid comes out, that Tuesday, basically 2 weeks from now, you'll have a max of 400 possible. What you're very likely going to want to do... This is probably even before, like, maybe the end of next week or whatever, like, a day or two before the raid comes out in Heroic. Look what you have gearing-wise, as far as your gear is concerned. What do we have for veteran gear? What holes do I have in my gear? Do I have a bad ring with bad stats on it, like, I don't know, like this or whatever? You can take the Veteran Crest to the crafter and craft 2 items. You can craft as many as you want as long as you have crests, but it costs 80 per item, and you can put embellishments on these items, right? These crafted items, these blue ones right here, these do not take sparks. They're literally taking the secondary stats embellishment and just crest, right? And this will make a 246, roughly, depending on the quality of it, item with an embellishment on it. It can also fill a slot in your gear if you have a suboptimal piece in that slot. So very important to keep that in mind. I would not spend these now. Even if you spend these, I would spend them basically prepping gear for the raid we talked about when it comes out in 2 weeks, or before you step foot into Heroic. Because when you go into Heroic, I mean, hero gear is dropping. Honestly, at the same time, on that Tuesday, if you don't even raid Tuesday, you can do M0s, which drop champion gear, I believe, at that point. The eye level will scale up from veteran where it's at then. So at that point, you can probably just spend these whenever that raid comes out to optimize your gear on the 17th. That is likely the best way to optimize around veteran crests and stuff. I also have this good resource here talked about it before as well, but this is Larias Sheet. Oh, ad blocker, thank you. I love it. Thank you. Great. I hate that. Larias goes over also in this sheet what to really do every week. I'll have a link to it down below. Also, crafting advice here. Once again, it's very important to take the advice into account, but also you have your own way of playing. Some people do heroic raid and that's it. Some do mythic, some do a few bosses, some go for cutting edge, some are world first raiders. And that will change what you craft. But it has like preseason week 1, March 3rd, basically this week, week 2, what to do here. It mentions, we talked about, no crest being spent. I think spending adventure here is fine, doesn't matter. But once again, depends on what you're doing initially. Do not craft. Yes. Raise Renowns. Singularity 7, Haradi 8, Silver Munamani 9 for champion pieces. Darkman Fair is not working worth rep. Important to mention there. Yep, the alt skipper here also. You have weekly dungeon quest for 1,000 renown. We hit on that. Lady Leadrin has the other spark quest. There you go. World tour quest. There you go as well. Housing. I have no idea if this is even a thing. Haven't even seen it until now. You have your weekly quest here. Suri, Abundance, Haranar, and the Assault and Avoid Storm. And then you have 4 hard prey. All 4 get veteran crest. I do them in the long run when you run out of things to do gearing wise, but the last 2 that only give crest, like a gold pouch, don't really matter a whole lot for gearing like that week. And then you have World Tour, M0s, and some hunt stuff here. And honestly, next week is pretty much copy paste the same thing. You're not crafting. You're doing the exact same things here. And then at the end of the week, which we talked about here, rough gearing. You should have 4 champion pieces, neck, belt, ring, and trinket. 2 crafted pieces we talked about a minute ago with veteran crest. Cloak, bracers, whatever suits your gearing. This will vary a bit, right? Likely crafting in non-tier slots is a bit better in case you walk into the raid and get tier from normal, heroic. Even LFR is very important this time around because when you finish your tier set, you have many catalyst potential charges, right? When you finish your tier set, catalyst charges have a chance of dropping from any content in the game. So very different this time. I craft from like lesser stat pieces like cloaks and bracers. Like belts are okay, but you have this champion piece filling in it instead. Pieces that are of lesser main stat value that still can be, still bring like the embellishment, right? And besides that, you have veteran pieces here, a 3 out of 6 from M0s. And they say 4 from prey if you roll like, if you low roll M plus or M0s or high roll veteran, you have like some lower pieces here, but realistically at this point, it's what you should have. And then when the raid opens, before raid, spend all your adventure, veteran, and champion crest. Champion could be a little iffy. I don't know if I'd spend champion, depending on if you're trying to like optimize around maybe getting some normal tier and cheesing hero upgrades. But regardless, adventure, veteran, dump them going into the raid. It drops hero gear on heroic, normal drops champion gear. You're ready to go. So that's about it. I wanted to make this video talk about this stuff because I've got a lot of questions about it. We're basically day 2 of the expansion now, past early access, and people are hitting that what do I do now? How do I gear kind of thing. I am like 238 right now without 2 champion pieces on. I'm probably 240 with them on. But guys, like, I could take off this entire section of gear here and go out in the world and slaughter mobs with ease. There's no point in overspending your crest or crafting items now. Hold off as long as you can to optimize your gear later on. Flexing right now is pretty cool, don't get me wrong. But yeah, that's basically that. So thanks for watching, guys. It wraps it up. Tomorrow I'll have a video out on Warlock tuning, which is coming in a couple weeks as well. Don't forget, 17th, when the raid drops, Blizz has announced that they're going to be tuning classes. I would assume we get notes that previous Thursday or Friday, so I want to get that video out soon. Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you all again soon on stream. Peace.